So now, how
Okay.
how we go ahead about
So
it?
what was it? I'm going to talk to myself for a minute.
Uh-huh.
What was it, Marcia, you were wanting to say when Sergio was talking about the next sequence? You wanted very much to say something. Oh, I remember now what it was. When Moreno told me I was a genius, you mean you were the only one he told that you were a genius? No, that's my point. My point is, I went back to the other students and they smiled, two of them, and said, I said, what are you smiling about? He said, he called us in yesterday and he called me a genius too. And the other one said, and he did the same to me the day before. And they looked pale and they were surprised that all of us were being told we were geniuses. How clever is that? What did you students do then when you all heard that he was telling you you're all geniuses? Well, we were so reassured and we had such humor about it that it deflated our self-importance, and what was important was to trust the method and to trust ourselves, but to not think that we were the chosen one. Neither did he think he was the chosen one. And in that sense, I think he was enormously misunderstood, the megalomaniacal part of him, because he wanted to share always his power and his responsibility. That was the sense I always had with him. If I take responsibility for being here, I'd like you to help take responsibility for being here, and let's take responsibility together. If God ever comes back, he'll come back as a group, or she'll come back as a group, depending on what. But that was a sense that we had, that we were all putting a little piece of the puzzle in, and our piece of the puzzle was as important as the other person's piece of the puzzle. And his playing God was, in fact, not because he just thought he was God, but that he thought we were all God, and that God came from within us, and that we hear those voices within us in a positive way to guide our lives. And I thought it was a very courageous thing for him to do, to say, I am the Father. I am the Father of my Father. I am the Father of my Father. I must have been there at the beginning. And I don't think he was saying it because it was just him, but that all of us have that continuity, that we were there at the beginning.
Yes, this active co-creating. And by the way, the preferred book for him on the Bible was the Genesis, is the God of creation, and the fact that we are also partners in that creation. So universe is never finished, because we are always adding something else, no?
Yes.
Which is a very, very sophisticated way of
And he used to also talk about creator envy, because Freud would discuss penis envy. Moreno would say there's also creator envy amongst professionals, which he felt more was towards him. I don't remember him having creative envy toward others as much as he felt people were envying some of the things like the empty chair and the doubling, those techniques that people were stealing and not giving him credit for. Yeah.
But Marcia, as you were talking about this episode, the genius part that he also shared with other students, looking at the papers that were found in this case in Harvard, the box 96, which has to do with the autobiography of a genius, there is one piece where he explicitly, as an introduction, explains that some people will find, some readers could think, but what about this person talking about herself or himself being a genius. And he says, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about at least 155 million of geniuses. And this was more or less the population of the United States at the time he was writing this. So this explains clearly his views about the genius.
Yes, and helping us aspire to our higher selves, our highest common denominator, which was something that he was very keen on. Raising ourselves to our highest common denominator, not our lowest common denominator, which we see so often.